Alrighty, folks, just want to give a big congratulations to all of my chairman members on my premium site. Because chairman members cashed in on 5 different premium selections yesterday. We had the Heat, Knicks, Thunder, Warriors, and the Clippers, and all of those contests ended up cashing for us. And I'll tell you, the only way you could have accessed all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive chairman membership, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my NBA free pick video here today for Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. Weekend's right around the corner. We are halfway there. And of course, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. And if you want to see which game on the slate here today that I actually like the best, you may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive chairman package. Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my chairman podcast that nobody watches, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. I don't know why I do it. Nobody watches it. I get 1 to 2 views a day on that. I don't know why I waste my time. But anyway, if you don't need access to all of my premium selections, but maybe you could use like 1 a day, you could consider signing up for my $1.99 daily best play. You get 1 premium selection of mine every single day for the next 30 days. The math actually works out to be just 6 cents a day. Now, guys, I'm currently 7-2 in my last 9 underdog tier package picks. 11-3 in my last 14 NBA tier package plays. And finally, folks, I'm 3-0 in my last 3 board member tier package picks. And we got plays going off in all of those packages here today. And they're all included with your purchase of the chairman membership. That site is patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Grizzlies taking on the Cavaliers, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Cleveland's -19, totals 213.5. And even though Memphis will have a bit of an unrecognizable team here today, it's the Cavaliers who've actually kind of struggled. And, they kind of put things into cruise control a little bit. The Cavs lost 7 out of their last 10. And they actually failed to cover in all of those ball games except for 3. Now, Cleveland currently has a losing record against the point spread in their own building. Now, there are a couple of concerns offensively that I do have for the Cavaliers. They really don't, get to the foul line all that much. They're in the bottom 5 in the East in free throws made per game. And because of that, the Cavs do struggle scoring late. They're one of the worst second-half scoring teams in the entire NBA. And unfortunately for them, well, that's when the Grizzlies actually tend to play their best defense. Late. They're in the top 3 in fourth quarter points allowed. And when it comes to covering the point spread, the Grizzlies, they've been, doing an excellent job of that on the road. They're covering in nearly 70% of their out-of-conference road games. Now, injury-wise, like I said, we could be seeing some unfamiliar faces on the floor here tonight for Memphis for the most part. Kennard, Watanabe, Conchar, Bain, Jackson, Stevens, Aldama, Williams, LaRavia, all questionable for the Grizz tonight. And Brandon Clark, he's been scratched. Now for Cleveland on the other side, Dean Wade's been ruled out. Sam Merrill is questionable. He's been a legit deep ball threat for Cleveland this year, by the way. When it comes to the total, Cleveland saw unders recently against the likes of the Lakers, Suns, and Timberwolves. Meanwhile, Memphis saw their last 4 straight stay under the total themselves. Unders against the likes of the Spurs, Sixers, and Pistons. Give me Memphis plus 19, under 213.5. Next game, Mavericks Heat, 7:30 Eastern start time. Dallas is -3.5, totals 215. When it comes to the total in this one, Dallas did see overs in their last 2 straight. Overs against the likes of Charlotte and Houston. They also saw overs in 64% of their out-of-conference road games. And out of Miami's last 7 ball games, the over cashed in all of them. Overs against the likes of the Hawks, Pacers, and Rockets. Now, injury-wise, Rozier and Hero are questionable for the Heat. Duncan Robinson's out indefinitely. Meanwhile, for Dallas, Green and Lively are still inactive for them. Greg Brown's questionable. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my board member tier package pick on my premium site. I'm 3-0, my last 3 plays in that membership. But as far as making a free play is concerned, give me the over 215. All right, next matchup, it is going to be Raptors-Nets, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Brooklyn's minus 10.5, totals 222. And as bad as Toronto's been, well, I just don't think Brooklyn's in any type of position to lay double-digit points. They failed to cover in 6 out of their last 9. And they've certainly got a losing record in the Barclays Center. And I'll tell you, the Nets have had problems on both ends of the court this year. Offensively, they're a bottom 3 field goal shooting team. And it should come as no surprise. They're also one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the game. Meanwhile, defensively, they do not rebound well at times. And they're definitely putting way too many teams to the foul line. Brooklyn's opponents are making 81% of their free throws against them. And even though Toronto really hasn't been great offensively, they do manage to score points on the road. They're actually a top 10 point producing team this year in their travels. And the Raptors do a lot of that scoring late in games. They're in the top 5 in the NBA in second half point production on the road. Now, injury-wise, Porter, Carton, and the worst name in professional sports, Grady Dick. They are all listed as questionable. I feel uncomfortable even saying the guy's name. You got to get that changed, bud. Barnes, Pirtle, and Boucher, they are still out. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn on the other side, they've got a handful of guys on that injury list themselves. And once again, hard to believe they're laying double digits in this spot here. Finney Smith, Jalen Martin, and Dennis Smith Jr., they've all been scratched. Johnson and Claxton are questionable with a foot. When it comes to the total, Brooklyn saw overs recently against the likes of Detroit, Chicago, and Washington. And out of Toronto's last 7 games, the over cashed in all of them except for 1. They're also 63% of the over in all of their road games this year. Give me Toronto plus 10.5, over 222. Next game, Magic Bucks, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Orlando's minus 1.5, totals 217. Now, the Magic saw unders in 6 out of their last 9. Unders against the likes of Chicago, Portland, and Memphis. The Bucks also saw 3 out of their last 4 stay under the total themselves. Unders against the likes of the Celtics, Raptors, and Grizzlies. And when it comes to the injury list, both teams with some key players with injuries. Give me the under 217. Next matchup, Spurs, the under, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Oklahoma City's minus 15, totals 227. And even though this number's brutal, OKC's done a nice job covering against the Spurs in recent gatherings. They're 8-2 against the number in their last 10 meetings with San Antonio. So if you're into historical trends, you certainly want to think about that one there. They're also 30-8 inside their own arena this year. They've been a top 3 point producing team on their own court. And a lot of that is thanks to the 3-ball. Jalen Williams shoots over 43% from 3-land. Joe and Wallace, 42% themselves. And of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's leading the charge with 30 points a game. But it ain't just offense with these guys. OKC's tough to shoot the basketball against. They will certainly contest you. They're in the top 3 in defensive field goal percentage, and that's definitely bad news for San Antonio because they do not shoot it well at all. They're bad on the foul line, bad in the field, and they do have the second lowest three-point percentage in the entire NBA. Just no threat shooting that deep ball. And out of 40 contests away from San Antonio, the Spurs got the W only 10 times. Now, injury-wise, Osman, Johnson, Barlow, and Wemby, they are all listed as questionable for the Spurs. Hayward, day-to-day for OKC. 7 out of OKC's last 9 outings did get over the total. Meanwhile, San Antonio went 6-3 to the over in their last 9. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder, -15. Not sure why I just gave you a bunch of stats about overs. I think maybe I misspoke. Where are we at here? Guys, I'm reading my notes, and I just made the case for some overs there, but that's not what we want to do. I messed up. We want to do OKC -15, but we do like the under 227. Nothing better than a scamdy capper giving out both sides. Good job, Brock. Way to go. Way to proofread your notes. All right, next game. What did we just do there? Was that OKC? Sorry about this, guys. If you want to turn the video off, go ahead. Or just fast forward. I failed. Okay. Next game, T-Wolves, Nuggets. Should just edit that out, but we don't do that. We just do one take. Boom. This is what you get. T-Wolves, Nuggets, 10 o'clock East. Denver's 5.5, totals 213. And both teams, very solid defensively. This is a tough game to handicap. Not going to lie to you. Both clubs atop the league in points allowed. Both clubs atop the league in defensive boards. When it comes to the total, the Nuggets did see unders in 5 out of their last 7. Unders against the likes of Utah, LA, the Clippers, and San Antonio. They're also 16-9 in the under against Western Conference opponents at home. Minnesota saw unders recently against the likes of Phoenix, Chicago, and Denver. I mean it this time, under 213. I mean that, under 213. Next game, Suns, Clippers. Probably our next and final matchup, man. Next and final breakdown for the video. Suns, Clippers, 10:30 Eastern start time. Phoenix is -4, totals 226. And this is another game where both of these teams, they share similar defensive qualities. The Suns are in the top 3 in defensive boards on the road. The Clippers are a top 3 defensive rebounding team at home. When it comes to the total, the Clippers saw unders in 4 out of their last 7. Unders against the likes of Phoenix, Denver, and Sacramento. They're also 15-8 to the under in their in-conference home games. And oddly enough, on the other side, the Suns have gone 65% to the under in their road trips against the West. And injury-wise, once again, both teams with some key guys on that injury report. Going to want to keep an eye on it. Now, when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my $1.99 daily best play. It is dirt cheap. $1.99 for 30 days of plays. Wow. It's basically free. It's not free. It's 6 cents a day. But it's close to free. But as far as making a free play is concerned, speaking of free, give me the under 226. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Memphis +19, under 213.5. Charlotte +11, over 219. Once again, guys, Chairman members cashed in on 5 different premium selections on my website yesterday. I like the over 215 in the Dallas-Miami game. Toronto +10.5, over 222. I like the under 217 in the Magic Bucks game. Oklahoma City Thunder -15, under 227. I like the under 213 in the Minnesota-Denver game. Give me the under 226 in the Suns-Clippers game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to repeat a bunch of shit that I already said earlier in the video. If you do get a membership here today on get a membership next 30 days. Add a bonus, cheaper memberships included. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast that nobody watches, absolutely free, and you're probably not going to watch it either. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.